Okay, we live. We in there? Is anybody in here with me? I'm so excited. Gosh, all right. Yeah, okay, awesome. Um trying to sit back. Hey, I'm trying to do a StreamYard from Facebook and YouTube, and I'm on Instagram Live as well. Hi, Lorette, Erica, Dre made it. Nayo, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Um, Hi everybody. Yay, Amanda made it. My cousin made it. MJ made it. Oh my goodness. This is like so crazy, man. How professional is this setup? I'm inside Hachette Australia offices in Sydney, and you can't see me, but this is like the corner office. The CEO's out sick today. Hey, Louise, I hope you're well. So I've just taken over her office, and the Harbour Bridge is behind me. It's beautiful. I worked in this actual building for a year at Daily Mail, but anyway, we didn't know that was only a little stint. Hi, Vanessa. Oh my God. What's up, New York? Back down under. Hey, Bookish. All right. So I hope everybody's having a lovely day. If you're tuning in from Australia on the East Coast, it's lunchtime. So thank you for giving up your lunchtime. Or if you're chowing away, that's awesome. I just finished a steak sandwich, something light before my book reveal. And if you're in Western Australia, it's the morning. And to everyone in the States, it is Monday evening. So this is so exciting. Oh, my hubby's on. Hi. Julia, Lynette. Oh my gosh. People are sending requests. To join. I think they can just join, right? Oh, okay. Well, I think you can just join. I hope they can just join. People are waving. Hi. So yes, I'm up in Hachette. My sister's got it. Julie, my sister's already put laughing emojis. She's probably laughing at me for something. I don't know. Oh, Rodney, you made it. I just want to give a special shout out to one of my dearest friends, Rodney John. He's nominated for a Daytime Emmy Award for his makeup and glam work on Sherry Shepherd, the Sherry Talk Show. Like, Rodney's in the book. So proud of you, man. We just started from the bottom. Now we're here. So Andy, my brother Andy from New Zealand. I love you, my Irish twin. Okay. All right. So people are coming in. This is really exciting. I have worked on this book for almost 2 years now. I started working on it during the pandemic in 2021. I saw a promo for a contest called the Ritual Prize, which is run by Hachette, and it said enter 3 chapters and then a summary of the rest of the book. And I hadn't written a word at that stage, but I knew that I wanted to tell my story, and the ultimate goal here is to help. Mentoring is a huge part of what I do. So just without being condescending and preachy, was some very early advice I got from a very good friend of mine. Just tell your story and hopefully people can take from it. So I really hope people can take from my story, the ups and the downs, and from down under to uptown and back again. Hey, Madeline. Okay, so the cover is very special. When we were talking about the cover for this book, there's so many themes in this book. It's a love letter to hip hop, which is, my best friend, really, and has been since I was a kid, like so many of us. It's a tribute to Black Americans and how they influence my self-love and advocacy. It's a shout out to my family. Okay, I'm gonna cry already. It's a shout out to my why am I crying? It's a shout out to my grandmother, to my sister, to my family, and we're such a very strange, beautiful family. We don't know what culture we are. We've been here for 3 generations in Australia. We love American culture, and it's just about finding your way and knowing that, you know, your dreams can change as you change. So, you know, it's got a happy ending. There's a lot of sad things in it, but it's got a very happy ending. Oh, Vanessa's joined. My publisher, Vanessa Radnich, is on this, and she's the most beautiful person, the most beautiful spirit. She took a chance on this book, and I'm forever grateful. I've always felt that my story was very rare and no one would relate to it because I never had a huge following. And I've always been in spaces where I was kind of like one of one. But as I wrote this book, I realized there's so many things that people, especially women, can relate to. So I can't wait for you guys to read it. The pre-orders are open now. So the pre-orders are open from today. I'll put all that information out there. The link tree is in my bio, so you can pre-order it now across Australia and New Zealand from Booktopia and Dimmicks and all the good booksellers, and from Amazon in the States for my people in the States. It's an Australia and New Zealand release, and hopefully, inshallah, we're going to get to the States soon enough. So, hey, Bruce. Oh, Fiona's jumped on too. Oh my goodness. Fiona Hazard from Hachette, thank you so much for letting me use the offices to do this and not have to break in. Actually, they let me in. Oh, Alberta. Oh my God. Thank you for all your help. Okay. I think we can show the cover now. So on Facebook, I've worked out how to do it like really cool. So you ready? And then we don't actually have printed copies, but here is the cover. I hope you guys like it. An incredible woman named Christabel Designs. She designed this cover. And I think I drove her mad. I hope I didn't drive you mad, Christabel. And I hope you, I hear you live up on the coast. So I hope you like chapter 1, which is about me growing up on the Central Coast in the 80s as one of the only kind of minorities, the minority families. You guys love it. Oh my God, I'm glad you love it. So basically, I asked Vanessa, we went back and forth. I didn't put myself on the cover, obviously, because no one knows who I am. So that wouldn't make sense. But it's bigger than me, you know. It's bigger than Nino Brown. If you're old, you'll know that reference. But this is a tribute. Oh, you like it, Manda. Thank you. Oh, Dre, I'm glad you love it. Nao loves it. Thank you so much. So basically, I asked Vanessa, my publisher, I said, we need one image that is going to encapsulate my love of music, and the story starts in the 80s and my brand colors. And she's like, I got it. She rushed me off the phone. She was like, stop talking. Let me get off the phone. Let me find it. So she went and she found this okay, my sister said it looks opposite. Can you guys see from Instagram? Yeah, is it reversed? Can I flip it? I don't think you can do that. I hope you guys can see it clearly. Anyway, oh, Mariam, you're joining the CEO of Media Diversity Australia, my big boss. She said your next book cover needs to have your beautiful face. Oh, I think we're going to put my head on the back, just a little bit on the back. You can pre-order from Booktopia right now and from Dimmicks. It's reversed on Instagram. Sorry, guys. Is that? That's not going to work. Does that make a difference? I don't know. So yeah, the themes are hip hop, family, culture, love, racism, classism, chauvinism, sexism, all the isms, and Dipset approved. Oh, okay. Dipset approved. Yeah, it's a tribute to Harlem all day. Tribute to Harlem. I hope you guys love the story. It's 70,000 words I poured my heart and soul into. And thank you, Dwayne. The hubby's coming in with the advice. Anybody got any questions? Am I talking too much? Is this too long? So yeah, it's 70,000 words. It's the official release date. Oh, I'm glad you love the colors. I know I love the colors too. It's August 30. It'll be out August 30, physical copies, but pre-order is open now. And we're going to have a lot of cool things. Oh, I almost forgot. If you pre-order, I've set up a Google form, and it's the 20th anniversary this year. It's the 50th anniversary of hip hop, which is why I'm so blessed that this book is coming out. this year. And it's also the 20th anniversary of the magazine that I started that's still, to this day, Australia's #1 highest selling hip hop and R&B magazine. 20 years since I started Urban Hits in 2003. And I have exclusive content from the magazine up on my website. It's locked. So if you pre-order the book, and on my link tree, which is in my bio, just fill out a quick Google form with a proof of purchase, and I'll send you the code to get into that part of my book, of my website, sorry. And there's interviews there from 20 years ago with Beyonce, with Rihanna, really like content that hasn't been shared and hasn't been seen. So how did you choose the stories you told? Oh man, yeah, that was the hardest part, because I wanted to share the most important things in my life, but I also wanted to share stories that I felt young women could take something from, whether it was highlights or lowlights. They had to be stories that meant a lot to me, but I also understood that they should resonate with readers. So, there's a story about being sexually groomed when I was a teenager. When I was chasing the career of being a journalist and a radio host, I've always wanted to know. I've always known who I wanted to be from a very young age. And there was a grown man that took advantage of that when I was younger. So it's like I said, it's not preachy, it's not condescending, but I hope it's like a little bit of an alarm bell to any young women that are reading it, that are chasing their career, but kind of have blinders on and don't realize what's happening and what's going on around them. So yeah, that was a very important story to include. There's some stories about lost love, huge success stories about the work that it took to make the magazine. There are so many people like me. Oh, thank you for pre-ordering. Thank you. How do you pre-order? Go to my link tree in my bio and all the links are there. You should be able to pre-order from there. Oh, Muna. Making me cry. My friend just said, we knew you'd do big things back in high school. A shout out to Rosebank in Five Talk. That was the school I went to after I got expelled from the school that I got a scholarship to, which is in the book. And I talk in the book about how at Rosebank I just felt at home, And Muna, you're in the book, something that you said to me later about culture and being proud of who you are. I'm so proud, man. I'm so proud. I'm Lebanese and Cypriot, and I've chased my identity my whole life, and I've never known where I fit in, but you get older and you realize that you'll find your people as you go along in the journey. Thank you, Mariam. Is there questions?
Yeah. So what was the motivation behind the book?
The motivation behind the book was, funnily enough, I know I'm very confident, but I was very shy to tell this story because I'm a journalist. I'm an old school journalist, and I always made my career telling other people's stories. And I thought, look, I don't want to tell mine. Who cares? When I won the Richard Prize, my mum was like, who bloody cares about our lives? They're not that interesting. I was like, well, I guess they think they are. Or I told the story pretty good. But it was the pandemic, 2021. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to start writing this. The only reason I put pen to paper is because I saw Hachette promote this Richard Prize. And I said, I need an end goal. I'm the type of person that needs an end goal. And that was it. And I had a month to write 3 chapters. And I drove Dwayne mad. I'm sorry, babe. And I drove poor little Layla mad, and my family, my mum, my sister. I drove my family mad just on the daily, but extra mad. And I did it. And I said, you know what? When I started to do it, and when I won, when I beat 850 people, I thought, wow, man, like maybe this actually has some legs. So then I kept at it, and the more I write it, the more I realize it's a cool story. It's a cool story, and it's an authentic story. So it needed to be told. So there's so many exciting things I've got coming up to with it. Yeah, Lorette, could be into bullet all day. That's what I am. I am my grandmother's granddaughter. So that's just that's why I wrote it. Sorry, is there anything?
One more question.
Oh, good.
What was the hardest story to tell?
The hardest story to tell. I think there's a lot of hard stories to tell. I mean, I really like this new generation, younger generation that is able to share freely a lot of their personal life. I commend them because that's very hard for me to do. I never put relationships up on my social media. I'm not that type of person. So yeah, I think there's an industry, there's a relationship that I put in the book that I've never talked about when I was in the States, and it went for a number of years. And I think I made a fool of myself in a lot of ways in it, but it was a genuine love there. But it didn't have a good ending. And so I think that was probably the hardest story to tell. No names. We're not here to do all that. It's the story. So, and then the easiest, and then of course my grandmother passing away. I still can't. I cry just thinking about that. That was extremely hard. That was a very out of body experience because it only happened a few years ago. And then the easiest stories to tell are my mum's personality, which is going to shine through in this book, and then meeting the best man I've ever met in my life, my husband, and having little Layla. And yeah, you've never been one to brag or boast about your achievements. This is why it's an important story to tell. Oh, that's because I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface, sis. Thank you. Oh, look, tissue. Tear. Yeah, man. I feel like an idiot. Like, I don't know. I can't, again, we're the generation that thinks like a lot of this is kind of corny. So we've got to switch that mindset. Yeah.
There's one more question.
Yeah, one more question.
Who will be most surprised to read something in the book?
Ooh, who's going to be surprised to read something in the book? The person that I won't name. They're going to know who they are. Who's going to be surprised? Yeah, I think probably the more negative stories, they'd be surprised. But yeah, it's with the lawyer now. So I will take the lawyer's direction about a couple of stories. There was a story in there too. I interviewed rappers 20 plus years now, and there's a story, and listen, 99% of the artists that I've interviewed are respectful and decent and just like cool people chasing their dreams, just like me. But there was a couple of occasions where things got a little bit crazy, so I've put them in the book too, just to share the other side of it. So yeah.
And one more really good question. What did you learn about yourself whilst writing the book?
What did I learn about myself? I learned that I have more of an attention span than I realized, because writing a book, man, if anyone out there has written a book, I take my hat off to you. If you want to write a book, strap in, because it was a wild ride. So I definitely learned that I've always known that when I put my mind to something, I go get it. I've done that since I was a kid. Anything I've ever wanted, I've gotten. And I don't know, man. I'm relentless. I thought that I lost that innate gift. I thought I lost that when I got really sick with Crohn's disease, and I got ripped away from my ultimate dream job at The Source magazine. And when I came home to Australia, I thought I've lost that. I've lost that gut instinct. I've lost that will to try and even do something. I'm not going to be able to ever achieve anything again. I really thought I was done. And then God and life has a way of just making things kind of work out. There's always a brighter tomorrow. That's so cliche, but there really is. And so I learned that little girl that has always been anti-racist and a go-getter is still inside me. And I can get shit done to this day. So yeah. Is there any more?
Yeah. Has this inspired you to write maybe another book?
Ya Allah. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Is Vanessa still on there? If Hash thinks I'm a good writer, I actually wanted to ask them that. Like, do you think I've got the potential to maybe write something else? I think I'm a very basic writer. Oh my God. And let me shout out, listen, man, editors at book companies, like my editors at Hachette, incredible. Like they made this story. I mean, I gave it the basis, and they sculpted this story. I can't even thank them enough. The editors here are incredible, and I've been a magazine editor and an editor for a long time, but nothing like these editors, man. They've taught me so much. So I've got a couple of ideas, but you know, we will
And
see.
what would you advise someone that's applying for these programs? What are some tips and tricks that they could?
Oh yeah, if you're applying for any of these writing contests, or the first and foremost, like get the story out. I did so many crash courses. Like I've never done creative nonfiction before, so I just stayed on YouTube and I bought a subscription to Masterclass. Masterclass is amazing, and I learned so much from masterclasses from Roxane Gay and writers like that. And then I got everything down on paper, and I went to two people that I trusted. Christy, my girl Christy, she's in her 20s, and I knew she was my perfect reader. And my friend Alberta from Rosebank, my high school friend who's a teacher, and she's another, she loves books, and I knew that they would give me honest advice. So I went to two trusted people, and my best friend Maria too. She helped me because she knows my story intimately, and just a handful of trusted people, and I got really important feedback from them. And I would say if you're entering any type of writing contest, as scary as it is, because I'm scared, man. Like I'm shy. I can't join writing groups or like that freaks me out, the whole notion of reading my work. But a few trusted people that will give you good advice is like key, super important, I think. What's your number one tip to support our girls to follow their dreams? Don't give up. Don't ever, ever, ever give up. If you feel like I put this bit in the book, but I think we took it out. But that scene in that movie that we all loved growing up, if you're of a certain age, in Sister Act 2, when Whoopi Goldberg says to Lauryn Hill, have you read Letters to a Young Poet? And she says, if you want to be a singer, you're gonna like if you wake up every morning and you dream of being a singer, and it's the first thing you think of every morning, you're a singer, right? Which is taken from the book. If you wake up every morning, you think and you dream about writing every morning, then you're a writer. Like if you got a passion and you got a burning desire inside you, listen, man, I feel like I grew up privileged, as Michelle Obama says. Like I feel like I grew up privileged, but I had my beautiful single mom raised my sister and I with my grandmother's help. Things were tough for us on and off, and but nothing deterred me. At every stop of the way, when the scholarship was pulled from me, when I was told I'm a woman, I can't have or when I was told I can't start Australia's highest selling hip hop and R&B magazine because what would I know? I'm a girl from the West. I'm not a guy. I'm not American. I was told all these different things throughout my career. When I went to the States, you're not going to get on radio over there. The Source magazine, what do you know about hip hop? What are you? Are you white? Are you brown? Like what color are you? Like where do you belong? Where do you fit in? You got really sick. You got to go home. Your career's done. Just self-belief is what we need to instill in our girls. And if you have those moments where you don't believe in yourself, surround yourself with people who will kick you in the ass and remind you who you are. Because I'm so blessed to have those people in my life. So that's so exciting. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to read the questions, but I think there could be questions on Facebook, but I can't seem to see them. Oh, wait a minute. I can't wait to read it. As an artist, it's struggling, but you got to believe in yourself. Bison, I'm telling you, the shit is hard. It's easier in some ways these days. It's harder in others. I do give advice to artists in there. Like, again, not preachy advice, but just what I've seen, what I've learned, where you can go right, where you can go wrong. And yeah, so pre-orders are out today. In my link tree, in my bio, there's the link to pre-order, and please upload the proof to the Google form so I can send you all the old Urban Hits content. it's so awesome to see 20 years ago where Australia's hip hop and R&B scene was and where it is now. So thank you so much. This is the beginning of the journey. August 30, it's our launch party's coming. Thank you, Hachette. Thank you, Krista, for the incredible design. I'm so honored. And I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care.